Simulations are always based on different meshes, and especially when you are calculating with a T-box or with many parts, sometimes a good overview is very useful. Therefore, we have added a Mesh Explorer in CADMOULD version 16 where you see all the different meshes with their actual status. In this video, I will show you how to use this and how to use mesh repair to get good meshes. I'm starting with some imported mold parts and runners. So when I now open a mesh and then go to Mesh Explorer, I will see a list of all the different available meshes with their different types. So here I have two parts, I have mold parts, and I have cold runners, which are objects. I can directly see if they are erroneous or not. So I see my parts and runners have no errors in them, but some mold parts have different errors in here. So now I will show you how to repair those, because errors in a mesh can lead to erroneous meshes, and then we cannot create a good 3D volume mesh for calculation. So now we select one of those erroneous meshes where we see, okay, in here we have some creases, and we can choose repair here. A new window, which is the mesh reparation, the mesh repair, will open, and it will show this selected part and also all the different errors in here. So now let's have a deeper look on the mesh repair window. In the different ribbons we have different actions we can make. So we can create elements, we can delete elements, we can move nodes, we can swap elements, swap diagonals, and we have some advanced functionalities which are like closing holes or selecting some things with the angle just to delete embossed or engraved labels, for example. Then we have automatic tools, which are some automatic repairing functionalities like repairing creases or repairing borders. As we had seen, this part has many creases, so let's start with the automatic tool repair creases. We see 5 operations have been done, and now this is completely okay. With okay we can leave, and we see okay, in here we have no errors. Now we see there's still one intersection here, so we go back, and as we now have intersections, also the intersections are tested. We can select or deselect if intersections are tested in here. So when we open the intersections here, and it's the same with all the other errors, we get a list of the erroneous elements. To find the errors in an easy way, you can make a double click, and then we will directly zoom on that element. You can now have a deeper look on the element and find the error. So here we see that there are 2 elements here and only 1 element here. So let's move nodes, and we can always select with Control and left mouse. So for move nodes, we want to move a node to another node. We can do so like this. Select the 2 nodes, and with Control right mouse click, the action will be done. So we see that now everywhere is 0 and intersection is activated. So with OK, we can leave here and see that the whole mold part is corrected. We can now go on with all the other parts until we are happy with our meshes and start the calculation. So let's go into another example so I can show you some other things on how to use mesh repair. So I open another mold part with other errors. We see that here we are starting with creases, intersections and branches. Also here I would start with automatic tools to repair the creases. Now it is finished and all the creases are away. As we have no borders, we can't use the automatic repair borders tool and have to do other things here. So let us now have a deeper look on the errors we still have. Let's go to branches and we see we have 20 left. With a double click, I again go to the area where the error is. I can zoom out until I see the blue cone, and so I find the erroneous element. To understand the error, I can really zoom out and make a cut through my part. So here we have 3 different planes we can create. In our case, we would need the ZX plane, and so we can now here go and move the plane to set the cut and have a look into the part. So we can zoom and disable the planes to rotate the part and see what's really happening here. So sometimes we have to go deeper into the part, but we see that here we have many smaller elements, bigger elements, which are meeting each other, and so let's make this in a good way. What we can always do is we can go into the list, make a right click on an element and delete it from our list so that this erroneous element then is away, and so we can make, well, let's say nice holes. So we see now this was a bigger element, so we really have a hole here with a border to understand the error and to repair it. So if we go out again, rotate the part, then can go back to the error and also see the error like this. So we can go in here and repair it. When we make a double click on an element, you see that an automatic cut is set so that we really see the element. To disable this cut, you have here the delete automatic cut button. So of course you cannot see the element then because there are others in front of it. So I will now repair all those errors by using those things and then come back to you. So now I have repaired all the errors. You see everything is 0 and I can click go, OK, and go back to our list. Another thing you can see in mesh repair is the mesh quality. A bad mesh quality can be a reason not to get 3D volumetric meshes. So if you have problems on that, you can also go in here and repair the elements, find the elements with bad mesh quality to make them better. So up to now, we were in Mesh Explorer to see all the possible meshes in our project. Just one information here. In the mold meshes, you will always see the initial meshes before any Boolean operation and before any remeshing. If there are problems later on, you can still open the files which are saved on disk and then repair those. But how can you repair them easily? In the repair mode here, if you don't open it with Mesh Explorer, you also have a drop down where you can open the repair tool on its own. Then it will ask you for a CFE/CFEX file, which you can then open, repair, and if you leave, you can save the file again. When you only want to repair a part and you already know which one it is, you can also select it in Geometry Explorer and then click on Repair. So this part will then be directly opened in Mesh Repair. So we think this is a real good way to get hands on all your meshes, to repair them, and to make better and good projects. Thank you for watching this video. If you have anything you want to tell us, please don't hesitate to call or write us. Have a great day.